Oh, well, hello guys and gals. It's been a while. As you can see, there's maybe a little more junk behind me. Excuse the mess. We're still somehow in the process of moving. Uh, Frankly, I don't know. It was up in the air. That's why it seems to be taking so long. Obviously, in my old videos, I might have mentioned it. The thing of it is, I guess we weren't exactly sure what was going on, so we started packing. As of today, now, I might have mentioned this before, but I believe a miracle is going to happen. I'm just not going to say what because it seems very unlikely. Um, so I'll just leave it at that. But for now, they're supposedly don't know if there's a prospective buyer. Uh, we don't. We believe there is. So my brother's been, I don't know, kind of feeling up when to leave. So we've been working with our dad on that, and so it's really hit or miss. The date keeps getting pushed back. Now we're supposed to be gone by December, but you know we've said this before a few times. Doesn't matter to me either way. Everything happens for a reason. I'm a man of prayer. I pray a lot. Um, I hope. But anyway, I wanted to update you on that. It's been, according to my last video, about 5 months. I finally got an Atari Jaguar. I've been wanting one for a while. And I thank my brother for working with me on that. I know, fortunately, they're not the cheapest thing, and I was hoping to find a deal and one that worked. I did find one at a reasonable price, but it needs to be fixed, so I got to take care of that. Um, but I have a working one, and works fine. Fine. In fact, it's playing Doom to my left. I'm so excited, and I've been wanting one for so long that I'm just letting it play by itself. It's just how my brain works, just like I'm in another world. It's early in the morning now. You wouldn't know it, maybe. Uh, if I'd have to move the shades behind me, it's according to my clock, it's going on 1:30. No big deal. I usually do these videos really late. Excuse me if I rest my hands. Um, I was thinking of some stuff. As of right now, the Xbox Series X and S has come out. I'm really excited for the Series X. I really want one, so that's going to be my future goal. I wouldn't mind taking a PlayStation 5, but I really love the Xbox and what they're doing. Making everything backwards compatible, so I'll be able to put my hard drive into the Xbox Series X. Looking forward to that. That's going to be one of my future goals, not in the far distant future, because I really like one. I really, 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 really want one. And in the Xbox store, there's even games that you can't download unless you get the Series X or S. Uh, I know for a fact that RE Village is only going to be playable on these systems. So um, I got my Jaguar not very long ago, and I also got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is a very awesome game. And I haven't been playing it because I've been just in my kid zone or whatever. Um, I'm just going to say some random things here. I remember, I believe, I was trying to pinpoint the year because I thought it was 95, but I'm believing it was 96 that I got a very cheap 32X, and it came with a copy of Doom. Um, I wish that I would have kept that, but I did not know that, you know, you had to. I think I kept removing it or something. It didn't seem to play. I don't know what Sega game I put in it, and it didn't work, so I didn't think it would work. So I kept removing it, and here you could have used it. I know some of you seem like, sound like that's dumb, and maybe it is, but I had no parental guidance. I was always a kid who, had to fend for myself, basically, that I had to do it or it didn't get done. And fortunately, I had no overseer to say, hey, box says you can leave this in. And somehow, I don't know what happened, but it didn't work after a while. It's possible it just broke. We gave it back. I never got another one. And sometime later, I know I got one at a second-hand store, but I really actually liked the 32X Doom. And turns out I'm not the only one who has some good memories. But to my left is the Jaguar it's playing Doom. You wouldn't know it unless you see it. Um, I'm not going to pull the camera off the computer, but you'll know if you can. It's easy to find gameplay now that a lot of people are doing a lot of retro gameplays on YouTube. But I look back and I'm thinking, God, I should have asked for a Jaguar. Like, I would have loved Wolfenstein. But the problem is I'm obsessed with games. So I would have been playing it too long. Yeah, well, story of my life. I mean, I played all the other games long too. Um, but anyway, uh, so I'm letting it play, and it's just, I'm not playing it. It sounds funny and silly, but it brings back a lot of memories because I believe, like I was saying, in the year of '96, I believe it was, if I remember correctly, the 32X with Doom was $30, and I loved it. And it was right around Thanksgiving time. And I've been reading stories about when, Sega decided to completely just ditch the system and there was an influx of stock. Now I'm a little curious of where that stock went to, but we'll get to that one day. But just watching this brings back a lot of memories. I'm just enjoying it. I'm thankful I got this, and I'm so thankful, me and my brother live together, we work together, so, we, obviously, finances are something that you know, we talk together about generally and consider, what we can afford and whatnot. So I'm just happy to have this. Really happy about my Jaguar. It's actually it's actually my, I don't know if you want to call it, favorite system. I know it doesn't have the best commercial releases. Um, it just blew my mind. I remember going to a friend's, and I want to locate this guy. His name was Jerry, and I remember going to Jerry's house and playing. And what's terrible is that I love video games so much that I'd be friends with anybody who had them because, we couldn't afford all the, nicest, newest games, and we had a very, we didn't have too many, I'm just stating a fact here. I'm not trying to play the pity song or something, but I'm just trying to state where our situation was. And let me just say that, a lot of people did have it worse around the world, so I'm lucky to have what I had. Um, but um, I remember going to his house, and I knew what a Jaguar was because I subscribed to the GamePro magazine, and so I had an idea of what one was. It really never really tickled my fancy a lot, but looking back now, it had some good ports, and Doom was one of them. I also, he had, when he went there, I know that he bought it, it was in the paper, and he bought it for $50. And I know it came with Alien vs. Predator. I know it came with Wolfenstein and a few other games that I don't remember. I'd like to say Doom was one of them, but I don't remember. The only two games I remember was Alien vs. Predator and Doom. And when I played Wolfenstein, I was just blown away. Like, just blown away because it moved at the time. It was like, you know, first person shooters are very rare on the console, and it was just floored me because of how fast it moved, you know, how responsive it was, and I loved it. And my brain just, you know, boom. And I think that's why, I think that's the memory I credit with absolutely loving the Atari Jaguar, even though, you know, it's not, uh, it, there's so many things to be said about the system, because, you know, it was ahead of its time. It did come out. It did have great games. I believe so. And cool thing is, now people are starting to make homebrew games. The homebrew games I've seen aren't very, to me, they're not very interesting. I mean, they're not bad looking, and I would get a couple of them. And I think it's cool to have them, but you know, there's none that really stand out to me, like really feel like a must have. There's a couple I've seen that are like okay looking. Um, so so it's neat to see that, you know, people are starting to, you know, I don't know what took so long, but, you know, maybe they just see that there's a market for it, there's a love for it, and even they have, at least in Germany, they've been having a JagFest for, I think it started in '99 or something. So you figure it's, you know, over 20 years old now, and I was thinking we should have one here in North America. I saw on someone's post that they had actually started one, and then they went to a bigger game convention summit. And I understand why they would do that, because you figure, all right, you know, see some more money in that. And I'm like, I get that, but definitely if I would do something like that, and I've been considering it, I just want to focus on the Jaguar. It's just going to be on the Jaguar. But anyway, anyone who's close to me knows, especially my brother, how much I love the system. But mainly it's because Wolfenstein. Then I've come to love Doom. I've come to love AVP. I've come to love other games like Raiden and Tempest. And Rayman looks like a good game. A lot of people say that's fun. A couple other games. I think that motorcycle racing game, Burnout or whatever. But there's a few games that people recommend for it. Uh, it's a good system if you're into retro stuff. I highly recommend getting it. I recommend getting Doom for it. I recommend all the games that I mentioned. This one didn't come with Wolfenstein, so I need to get a copy of it because I'm dying to play it. Because it's a great game. I remember beating it on the hardest setting, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I don't know what else I could do to challenge myself to play the game other than that. So, you know, you can't go around with the pistol because once you get I think once you get the chain gun, it doesn't let you go down any lower than the chain gun, I think, um, if I remember. Um, so I'm just shooting various thoughts here. Like I said, we're still in the process of moving. Like I said, hopefully a miracle happens. I won't go into detail about that because, you know, it seems likely impossible. But we'll see. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. Everything happens for a reason. So, um, I mean, there's so many things I want to do, and hopefully, with my life, and hopefully I can start finally doing those things. And so there's a little bit of excitement there. Um, I could go into the game service that I thought about offering, but I think some people would laugh at me or they'd think it's pathetic. There's no reason they would need it. But, you know, it surrounds me by what I love to do. And, you know, I love to collect games and stuff. So this might be the venture for me to start out with. It's very, you know, very low overhead. And I hope it really pans out because I'm envisioning in my mind things that are happening. And that's usually a good sign because it's like you're envisioning your success or something. The last thing I want to say, if I do actually say this, is there's so many things I've learned, and I am. Some people make fun of me for this, but since I didn't grow up with a lot, I value what I have, and I always keep things that are not trash, um, that can be used again. For example, a lamp. I don't throw lamps out if they're still usable. If I don't have a use for something and it's still good, I typically take it to the thrift store. And food, I do not throw out food because there are people who need it here in America and in my state. So instead, I listed on Craigslist because there's hungry people out there. I know. Um, I'm going to tell them, our neighbors who used to live next to us, they gave us food a couple times. And last time they gave it to us, they gave us a bunch, and they gave us like 20 bags of rice. I think I might have told this story, and if I remember relating it to. And then, so what I did was I took everything I liked, and like I said, at the time, our post office has a donation bin, um, and I wanted to take the food there, but they didn't have it at the time because of this COVID thing going on. Now, so what I did was I took what I wanted and I said, all right, well, there's still food left and we don't need all this food, especially this rice. So really, you know, anyway, I hope it went somewhere good. But the point is, I listed it on Craigslist. My brother suggested using a picture, which I did. And I put on the ad, please come take it. And please come take all of it. Take all 9 bags. Because I didn't want to, I didn't want some there and people digging through it, taking what they want, and they just leaving the rest, and then having to find out what to do with what was little, and then possibly having to throw it out because it's like, well, we're not going to use this. So it's just like, look, take it all. Just take it all. I got a cute little note. I don't think I have it anymore, but it said thank you, very much or something. Somebody wrote on pen. I was like, you know what? That's fine. I don't care who took it or where it went. Hopefully it went to a family that really needed it. I mean, if you're smart, and one of the smart things I say to do is cook. If you're smart, you cook because you can save a lot of money. You can stretch a lot of food out. I mean, you can take many meals out of a small amount of food if you are not, if you're willing to cook. And hopefully there was literally bags and bags of rice. Some were outdated, but I mean, rice is dry. I assume it was fine. So I hope and pray that it went to a family that really needed it because we weren't going to use it, and I was not going to throw it out. And that family that lives across from us, I know they wanted to bring food over. My brother told them no. Wasn't too happy about that. Because hey, food is food. Free is free. If people are willing to give you something, don't turn your nose up at it. I mean, even if you get groceries that as little as $30 or $50. That's $50 less that you got to pay out of your pocket. And my point to all this was that I'm a frugal person. I feel that, like I said, nothing should be wasted. Nothing should be tossed unless it's absolutely broken. And when you don't have very much, you value what little you do have, and especially when you work for it. I mean, you got to pay for it out of your pocket. So during trash night, I don't go out, but if I see something interesting, I will pick it up. And usually that does not happen because you have to ask yourself too. Like I saw an umbrella today, and I was like, oh, maybe it works, but like there's a chance it doesn't. You know, but I'm not going to go around picking up a bunch of stuff and then having it not work. But still, there's a lot of good stuff that people throw out. But anyhow, somebody had a couple lamps out, my neighbor, and I wish I went over to him and I was like, all right, I'm going to grab these. And my other neighbor came out, and it was kind of like Snoopy and nosy. The neighbor that lived next to him, I'm like, great. So I was like, you know what? when I was over and I looked at the lamps, I looked like two of them, and I assumed they both worked. Uh, I regret I regret a little not taking them when I did, but there looked like there was a box, and from what I saw, it looked like a blood red, almost like lavender, like blood red, like a fruit bowl and a vase, like brand new. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take these. And like I said, I walked back to my truck, and the neighbor comes out, and there's all Snoopy and spying. I'm like, great. And maybe I'll just wait, because I thought the trash truck wasn't going to come today because it was late and it was snowing and raining. So I thought maybe they were going to postpone it. And maybe they did for a little bit, but for whatever reason they didn't show up, and then they showed up later. And then I'm waiting, and like, oh. So 2 lamps. There could have been other stuff in there I didn't see, but 2 lamps and a possible, great vase and a great fruit bowl that were never used got tossed. And I'm like, there was at least maybe $30 to $50 worth of stuff there, just in the garbage. And my point to this is, I've learned something today. Never wait. When you want that, take it right away. Then, as far I know, there's some laws in other states, but I understand that most states, and correct me if I'm wrong if you want to comment, um, but once it goes out to the trash, you can take it. I wasn't worried about taking it. I just don't like being spied at when I'm doing stuff, because my experience with people like that is really bad. They're nosy, and all they do is cause trouble. And next thing you know, rumors are going around about, you stole something, you smashed it, you defecated something. So that's why I'm always a little leery to take things during the day. Plus, sometimes if people see you rooting through the garbage, they think, you're invading their privacy. So it was during the day, so I don't think anyone would have really saw me. But this one woman who happened to be the neighbor, as soon as I get back to the truck, I walked a few feet, and I was like a little scared, because I'm like, oh great, I don't want anyone to see me. And all of a sudden she comes running out, and I was like, I'll just wait till nighttime. And then I ended up not getting anything. But the point is this: don't wait. You see it, take it. If they stare at you, go ahead, let them. You know what? If you really wanted it, because now I could have had a nice brand new fruit bowl. I've been wanting to get one, and I wanted to get it, and it had a matching vase, and it was really nice. And like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it looked like it was never used. And I've been actually wanting to get one, and I wouldn't have minded an extra vase. I could have put it somewhere and gave it to someone who wanted one. It didn't matter to me. Um, but lesson learned. Grab it next time. I won't wait. Now I'm thinking, I was hoping that there was a small possibility the garbage truck passed that one. Nope. The can's gone, so that means the neighbor took it in, which meant it was emptied, which means that I'm guessing those vases and that beautiful fruit bowl that was never used is in pieces. It's really a shame how people do that. I mean, just it's just, I guess it's all how you view money, but it's really a shame all that stuff just got tossed. So, a lesson to anyone else that, if something's good, don't just throw it out. See if somebody wants it. Take it to a thrift store. There's always somebody who can use something, no matter what it is. Always someone out there who can use it, or, But I always keep things, like I said, because there's always, I'm sure you've heard slow, the saying, waste not, want not. There's always times when you find yourself, oh, I wish I didn't throw out that lamp I needed, or that extra fan I needed, or oh, I had that vase, but somebody, and now that somebody wants it, I threw it out. Like it's gone. So don't waste things. Give them away. Take them to the thrift store. List them on. A lot of people list them on Craigslist for free. That's all you got to do. Don't cost you anything. Just a little time. There's always people like me willing to take it. So Just a lesson I learned. Uh, I don't know. I saw that my last video was 5 months ago. I don't know if when the next time. I can't promise when I'm going to be on again. But it's just a little update, let you know what's going on, and hopefully, if you're out there and um, you like to pray, pray for me. If you're not, that doesn't bother you, because I'm hoping a miracle happens here. It may or may not, but something on my heart's telling me it is. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll be. Um, I guess I'll tell you guys that if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Personally, I love to stay here. Uh, I love to stay where I'm at, and I don't want to leave. But if I have to, I know everything happens for a reason. I also wanted to mention a friend of mine, Andy. I'm trying to think. He had started a Twitch channel, and I think it's Shark Man Shade. So I don't know if you guys want to follow. If you ever see this video, I know last he was playing Doom Eternal. You know, he kept complaining he's dying. I thought it was great watching him. It's not, to me. It's just fun watching anybody, and to me, it's even fun watching people die because it just, you can relate to it. But it also, when people play the game, I've seen speedrunners. They play the game, they play it, they master it. It just almost looks like it's, it almost takes the challenge or fun out of it when they're so good at it. But either way, I mean, you appreciate it for what it is. So if you remember that name, go follow him on Twitch. Um, I know I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but my username is In Love with Video Games, so that's an easy one to remember. You'll follow me if you want. I haven't been active. One day I'm going to be active again, but I haven't been. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. You comment below about, my stepdad was sick, so I didn't want to go down. I didn't want a chance to bring it, anyone else. So I missed that, unfortunately, with them. Um, Hopefully, Christmas, we'll see how that is, because it's December 3rd already. So, I guess, 2020. So it's just over 3 weeks of shopping. Shopping for the ones who are going to shop. I should say just over 3 weeks till Christmas. If I don't see you then, I hope you all have a nice Christmas or holiday or whatever you celebrate. And hopefully 2021 will be a lot better of a year. But we'll see. So this is Al signing out. I hope to do more videos. Like I said in other videos, I mean, these videos are going to range over anything. I want to, do certain things, certain interviews, whatnot, anything with video games, period. So, also that reminds me, I did find a deal with the Nintendo Switch, so I do have one. So I'm trying to get some games for it, but, I'm about a handful of games right now. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I really do like that handheld Nintendo Switch. That's fun. I've been playing Splatoon on it, but I know I don't think Black Friday is done, but I know GameStop was having some spectacular deals on their website. Those new games were literally under $30 a piece. Like the games that were $60 were like 27. So I was thinking, man, if I'd have waited, I could have bought some of those games. But all right, well, this is, like I said, I always get off topic. Comment below if you have anything to interject on any of my comments. Comment if you want to. You're probably pretty unhappy about these price gouging for these systems. I've seen them as much as 2,000 a piece. I understand. I guess that's another topic. In right now, that'd be the perfect thing to talk about. But I mean, I don't feel like it. I guess it's something actually that should be discussed. That's definitely something that's a gaming topic. But maybe I'll do that for another video. I might do that soon if I feel like it. Just a good video game topic. One of those things that nobody wants to really hit on. But of course, I blah blah blah. That's the way I am. But anyway, like I said, have a nice holiday. Um, good luck with everything. Let me know how everything goes. Go ahead, comment below. Tell me how yours. Tell me the new games you got. Tell me if you got a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, or hopefully you're enjoying it because I want to get one as well. And I hope you have a nice holiday, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. And if you don't see me again, uh, I'll see you next year. This is Al, signing out.